When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you chase something greater, no matter how difficult the path. On the dirt, in the sand, and beyond. The new 2024 Ridgeline Passport and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, glad to be your host this day, and glad to have on the stage Mike Palmer, who is with the Bayou Cane Fire Protection District. He is Chief of Fire Prevention. Good to have you back on set, Mike.
Good to be back.
All right, this week coming up, it's Fire Prevention Week. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, right now we're in the midst of Fire Prevention Week, and actually October is Fire Prevention Month. But Fire Prevention Week falls on the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871,
Wow.
Which was an out-of-control fire. 300 people died, over 1,700 buildings were lost. So the fire service in general put Fire Prevention Month this week on the anniversary.
Sure. And I guess it's, started back then on how important everybody, realized how important fire safety is. And there's some tips that you can do. Can you tell us, some of the things out there?
Yeah, well, we spend most of our time this month in the schools. Child death during fires nationwide back in the 80s was one of the highest demographics. Average 1,500 to 1,600 a year. So the fire service in general decided to put fire safety in the school curriculum. Mm-hmm. And since then, today we're down under 300 a year, which is still too much, but it's come a long way. And some of the kids, they know when we come, they already got their stuff together. They know what we're about to say. They really want to see the truck, but we get in a little fire service message, a fire safety message before they get to see the truck, and it's a good time for all of them.
Yeah, it certainly is. I know my kids enjoy it whenever the firemen go to their schools. They come home, usually come home with stickers or something, or they tell me what they learned during the school. So it's certainly, I can even remember going, back in the 80s, going through that, and some of the stuff that you learned back then still stays with you today.
Yeah, and it's a lot of kids know that 3 beeps means smoke alarm. They remember the sayings, get low and go. Mm-hmm. Once you get out, you stay out. All that stays with them. And actually the children of, when this first started, are now parents themselves with small children that are going through the same thing. So
yeah, you got stop, drop, and roll, I remember.
For the older kids, yeah. Yes, once we get into stop, drop, and roll. And then once we get into 3rd grade and above, we start talking about cooking safety because a lot of them are home alone and do it on their own. So try to make everything as safe as possible with them.
And nowadays, with so many people capturing things with cell phones and videos while they're doing stuff, you see the people that kind of can make the wrong choices sometimes, or a lot of time you see it from another country where you don't teach stop, drop, and roll, and they kind of don't know what to do, and they run around and let the fire gets out of hand rather than, hurry up. You're just screaming at them on there to stop down, get down, and roll, and try to put it out. But
yeah, and NFPA came out with a website, sparky.org, for the kids. We promote that for homeschool as well as the public schools and private schools. It's interactive games for the kids, videos, stuff tailored and vetted just for kids. So it's a safe place to let your kids roam around and learn fire safety.
That's good. Yeah, so that's sparky.org, you said, and they can go and they play some games and then they learn about fire safety while they're entertaining themselves. Right?
Yeah, coloring. You can even plan a party on there. So there's plenty to do for the kids on sparky.org.
Well, that sounds great. And I guess, the number one, fire prevention thing that you can do out there is to make sure you have the working smoke alarms.
Yes, we can't go without talking about smoke alarms. Every fire department in the parish, I'm sure, has smoke alarms still. There's a few carbon monoxide alarms left over from Francine that can be distributed, but the smoke alarms, you need one in every bedroom of the house and every level of the house. So if it's a 2-story house, you need them top and bottom. But every fire department in Terrebonne, at least, I know, has smoke alarms ready to give out. You just need to call your local fire department, and we actually come out and put it in for you, so you know it goes in the right place.
Now, is there a lifetime to smoke alarms that it's a good time to change them out? Or?
Yes. When we started, it was always daylight savings time. You check your battery. New smoke alarms, the battery's sealed. So it's a 10-year battery. So if you have old smoke alarms, it's probably time to replace them. We can do that for you too. But it's a sealed battery. It's good for 10 years, so you don't have to worry about it. And once the 10 years is up, you contact us again, and we'll come back out and put some more in.
I got you. So if you still have the old plug-in ones, it's probably time to replace those.
Yeah. If they're icky yellow looking, it's time to replace them because they're probably not working right.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people out there still have those, and then they still get aggravated in the middle of the night when that battery gets low, and then they swat it off or turn it off and forget about it sometimes.
You want them working, and you want to be as safe as possible.
Right. That certainly is. And again, they could just contact any of your fire departments, and they'll be able to come and help you with that, right?
Yes. And finally, for the month of October, we do a lot of trunk or treats too. We give out a lot of fire safety stuff at the trunk or treat. So follow our Facebook, and you'll see where we're going throughout the month.
Okay. And that's just, where y'all just go to different areas and give out candy?
When we were invited,
gotcha.
the trunk or treats around the district, we go out and with the truck so the kids can see the truck, get some candy, and we throw some fire safety stuff in there too.
Sounds wonderful. And thanks again, Mike, for coming on, especially during, Fire Prevention Week and Month. So we appreciate you coming and give us some nice tips.
Anytime. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. And stay tuned for more right here on HTV.
Social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.